Hey,
Oh my gosh, that's like weird. Hold on.
I know. Flip your camera around.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm new
There you
here.
go.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing good today. I mean, it's Sunday. I'm
Yeah.
kind of chill right now.
Come on, baby. You know I got my dashiki on, but you know I got to
Okay. It's so cute too.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you so much. Thank you. And guys, thank you so much for joining me on the live. Before we start, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Chastity Buckley. I'm the host of Midnight Love Edition, homage to Midnight Love BET, where I give all my R&B songwriters, producers, and artists the flowers and credit they deserve in this industry. I am here, y'all, today with the one, the only, Miss Candice Nelson, singer, songwriter, executive. Baby, you do everything. I just,
Well,
you just a jack.
anyway.
Yes, thank you so much. And I just wanted to introduce you, veteran in the music industry. You have brought so much to R&B music, not even just R&B pop. I mean, you have done so much work with so many artists. And I just definitely want to give you my flowers today on my platform and just honor you today with this classic hit from Mary J. Blige's 15th anniversary album that I'm so excited about.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's been 15 years.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. I was literally 16 when this album dropped.
Oh God.
Girl, yeah, I was
Wow.
a baby. I was literally a baby.
That's funny because, as we get into the interview and everything, like that was sort of I know I was younger, but it was a long time ago when I was introduced to Mary J. Blige. So yeah, that's really dope.
Well, thank you so much for just joining me today. And I just want to honor you and give you your flowers. And just thank you so much for just joining me on this live. And before we do get started on these questions, honey, I got a little trivia game for you. I want to know, who is Candice? Who are you, Miss Candice Nelson?
Okay, okay.
Before we do get started, I do want to do the questions. I'm going to ask you like either or questions about who you are. Just kind of just get the viewers to know who you are, what have you done in the industry, and just pretty much. So before we do get started, I want to ask you your first who is Candice is LA or Atlanta? Uh-oh.
LA.
Your hometown.
Yeah.
LA must mean a lot to you because I know that's where you're from, born and raised. And so I guess the environment from the West Coast to the South, I know that was a huge difference for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. It took me a minute to get adjusted and get settled, but I was super fortunate to like meet. Well, I already knew some people when I got to the city, like obviously the Clutch, but met more people who helped me warm up to the city of Atlanta even more, which helped so much. It really helped to kind of know a few people there starting out, but like making more friends made the place a lot more comfortable. And while I've lived there a while, I gotta say that I just LA, like my family is here and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, family means so much. And you know what's crazy? I've never even visited none of those cities at all ever in my life. But I do.
Really?
I've never been to LA, never been to California, never been to Georgia at all. Never.
Which one would you visit first?
I would visit California because I think California for me, I just want to visit the beach and just like visit out there and just have a good time. Because I always said if I had to go visit any like state, it would be Cali or New York. Because I just love the environment, people. I love it all.
Yeah, I'm saying I love towns too. Like that's why I'm kind of torn. Like I'm a town person. Plus, both my parents are from the South, and yeah, my daddy is from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and my mom is from Temple. I guess like Waco, Temple, or whatever. So that's why I had to think about it. But yeah, so I love town. I love me a southern town.
Well, that is sweet. Well, you know what, LA, I figured LA was gonna be the one you pick. I said I think she's gonna pick LA, but that's probably so. I don't think I want your people to disown you, so we're not gonna do that. LA, promise, we're not gonna do that to you.
Yeah, so, it's got to be for me.
Right. So now next, Miss Candice, who is Candice? Do you like singing or songwriting?
I gotta say, I gotta say, I think I prefer Songwriting. I think I prefer songwriting. Yeah.
Right.
'Cause, if I can, I like the idea of sharing my perspective and like having other people relate to that, or I think that's more healing for me in multiple ways than singing. While I like to sing from time to time, it's not yeah, it's second to songwriting.
Yeah. I can see that because I know I do this thing called song relationships where I take classic hits and I break them down into real life situations. And so
Mm-hmm.
today I had Miss LaShonda Schofield. She's an independent artist, and we did Be Without You. And not knowingly that this song relates to just real life situations about people being in love or being out of love, but what this song can do for you. It can be a healing place for a lot of people. And I know
Yeah.
with your songwriting, you've done a lot of hits that, baby, I done went through some stuff like Icebox, honey. Whoo, honey, child. That
Let me just say, while it pains me to not take credit for that song, that is a clutch song, but I am not one of those brilliant songwriters. Like,
what?
yes, there were clutch members penning that song. I was not there.
Oh
Yeah, but I wasn't. Oh,
no, baby,
I'm
that's
still mad, by the way.
I'm about to say,
Still mad I wasn't there.
that was dope. I mean, you know what? Like I said, y'all have so many hits. Either with "Girl Like a Boy" was my anthem. So "Like a Boy," that was the one for me. That when I was
So dope. Yeah.
child, that was his song. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we had fun. I just remember having fun in a lot of these sessions, actually.
Right.
The clutch sessions particularly, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is dope. I love that. But yeah, the songwriting, it definitely does. It's a healing place for a lot of people, but it relates to so much. And I really respect that your songwriting, your pen game is just immaculate. So I've been saying that for a long time. I've been listening to you since the age of like 13, 14, just listening to you from Brandy's album. Brandy's like my number one artist. So for me, from the Aphrodisiac, I don't know if you know this, but Solange and Erykah Badu said that's their favorite album from Brandy. So the stuff that you've done with her, people have really, really resonated with that album. And I think for me alone, people really feel like that album was like her breaking moment for her to be who she probably wanted to be as, artistically. But at the same time is the 7 songs you did on the Aphrodisiac album really kind of touched a lot of people. Not people like me, but like Solange and Erykah Badu. So I really appreciate it. Yes, Miss Candice.
I never heard.
Yes.
I mean,
you things, girl.
What'd you say?
I gotta tag you in these articles, girl. Yeah, people have really loved Aphrodisiac. That is one of their favorites. Solange in particular, that's her favorite album. That is her favorite Brandy album.
Crazy. Oh my gosh,
yes.
Shout out to Solange.
Yes, we love Solange on the page.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
That is really amazing. So, but now since next we have Mary J. Blige or Fantasia.
Oh no, wait, based on what?
Who you are? I don't know. You need to tell the people. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Oh my God. Listen, let the record show that I genuinely love both artists, but my vote is gonna have to be as Candice Nelson, and consider all that shaped me and made me who I am today, like musically or whatever. It would have to be Mary.
Come on, Mary.
Yes, for reasons we'll definitely get into. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just dope. Yeah, Mary J. Blige, we talked about her too as well. Mary is a person to me that really evokes real honesty and pure, like, what you go through in life. And I think for me, I learned about Mary when I was like 6 years old from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. I didn't know who she was, but that Not Gonna Cry girl, I was 6 years old and I didn't know what it meant, but now I do years later. And it's like, man, that really talks about deep emotions about what women we go through. And she just one that touches folks. And I love her. I think Mary is just the greatest. But when it comes to real hardcore, what women go, she evokes that, and I love that about her. Mary is just, she's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta agree. That was what made me gravitate to her. Besides, I mean, when I was younger, obviously her style and everything, I couldn't relate to the lyrics yet. I thought I could, because, I break up with a little boyfriend or whatever. And it's like, oh, I understand 11 years. Like, anyway, I wouldn't relate until years later to a lot of her material, but I still felt it even before I could relate to it. So, yeah, it's Mary. It's Mary. Right. And I love Fantasia. I love me some Fantasia. Like, oh my God, she sings down and just, oh my God. But this was hard for that reason. But I gotta go with Mary just because so much, I've gotten so much influence. You know what I mean? Like watching her, seeing her. So.
Right. Yeah. We love us some. We love you too, Fantasia girl. But I love Mary too. I think that just both vocally and just understanding about lyrics and understand what you went through, those two right there are really true testament of women that really understand about what you've been through in your life. And baby, I've been. So the lady, Miss Candice, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No, agreeing with you.
Oh yes, but for sure they're the two most powerful vocalists, and that's why the reason why I chose those two was because I know you wrote for them, so that's why I was like, I wanted she gonna pick who she loved, but I know you wrote for Fantasia, so I want to make sure for that's what we want to pick.
Yeah, so it was hard, but
exactly. Like I said, they're two powerhouses, and we love them. But hey, we love both of them. But at the end of the day, your pen game is immaculate, so we see why you did for both of them. So now thank you much. No problem. And my last one is gonna be "Take Me As I Am," or it's gonna be "Like a Boy." Oh wow.
I'll have to say, it seems like I'm not even being like, I know why we're here. I know the occasion, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, these are not my answers because of that. It really is that I was just so happy to be part of that for that artist.
Yeah.
Because of what she's done for me, just as a woman, as a songwriter, as a singer, all that stuff, like the style inspiration.
Right.
I was just very happy to be part of that record for those reasons, while I was definitely happy to be part of Like a Boy for Sierra, because she was this breath of fresh air. She was like this youthful, but like sassy energy, and she was dancing. I just felt like that was so fly. But I gotta vote for Mary again. I gotta vote for "Take Me As I Am" because
that's sweet. I wanted to let you know too, for "Take Me As I Am." I was looking, last week when I was doing my research, and I had seen a lot of beautiful comments about the song. And it was one comment that stuck out me particularly, was a young lady. She wrote in the comments that her mom had went through cancer. Sadly, she passed away, and it was a song that when she was in her remission, when she was going through her cancer of it, before she was getting ready to be done with her last day. She had to do a memorial. She actually picked your song "Take Me As I Am" as this song for when she was getting ready to pass. So I wanted to let you know that for sure, for me, that when I seen something like that, just know that your song impacted so many people's lives. And for that lady to use that song as one of her eulogies for the ending of her life, I want you to know that for sure it means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So "Take Me As I Am," that song hits deep, honey. Because for me, I know back then when I was 16, I didn't know what it meant to go through that, but the video that Mary was portraying, like all women go through it, no matter if you're a waitress, if you're an artist, or you a lady that's been through some stuff with a man. So we're all been in that situation. So Miss Candice, I wanted to let you know that for sure, that your song has really impacted a lot of people. So for me to you, thank you for that. And I definitely want to share that story, that you have really helped a lot of people's lives. And not even that, people that may not be here no more, they really love that song. So thank you for that.
I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful to have been part of it, because there were please don't let me be in trouble for this, but there were 4 of us, I think 4 at the time, that actually wrote it, like did the lyric and melody for it. So I was really grateful for a lot. I mean, to be in that company, to, oh my God, like top to bottom, this is just one of those songs that's going to be so special to me my whole life. Like, I'll never forget this, but to know that people heard it and felt it and could relate to it the way that they did, and that beautiful story about this woman who's going through transition, and and really latched onto the song and wanted to make it part of her ceremony. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm so grateful.
Oh, but yeah, I had to do that. I said, baby, let Miss Candice know and let the people know if it ever comes to them, for sure that the song has impacted a lot of people. So for that alone right there, that touched my heart, and I was like, I gotta let Miss Candice know that your songs have really impacted people, me myself as well. So before we do get started our interview, I just want to do check in with all my guests that come in, because I know 2020 has been the most craziest year out of all the years ever. How are you dealing since the pandemic has happened?
I am doing all right. I gained weight over the pandemic. I will admit that. Which was fun until I had to, face the music.
Yeah.
But what have I been doing to occupy my time when I wasn't able to work or do anything like that? I was actually supposed to be in the studio today, but because of the shutdown and everything, it's just like, well, guess I won't be.
Aww.
But yeah, we were able to get some stuff done. I mean, we're not shut down like that yet, but just to be responsible and make sure we're doing our part to keep things as safe as possible when we do get together, and when we're allowed or encouraged to get together again. That'll be cool. But in the meantime, I love fiber art. I'm crocheting something, knitting something. I find recipes online and just make stuff. I'm trying to go in more of a healthier direction now, but I was giving cakes and cookies and all. Cake is my favorite thing. Like, cake and ice cream, period. I could actually, if somebody was like, one gotta go, cookies or cake, I would be like, them cookies are out of here. So that was, I was at the top of the pandemic for sure. But I've been holding up a lot of prayer, a lot of reading. I'm luckily able to spend time with my family. But that's it. It takes a toll on me mentally sometimes. Not gonna lie to you about that. It's oh my God, like this is just affecting us all in ways we couldn't have imagined or expected.
Yeah.
But I really do pray. I say my prayers, and that's what gets me. Wait, are we stuck? I think we might be stuck. Wait, am I stuck? Okay. Is it me?
The live is messing up. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Candice, can you hear me? My live.
Okay.
Hold on. My live is jumping.
Are you seeing me again yet?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. I see you, and then it goes back and phases out. I know.
Me. Oh no. Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. I definitely can hear you.
Oh, you just can't see me. Okay. Same here.
Yeah.
here. Aw.
What's going on?
Should we reconnect?
We might have to. Yeah, we probably gonna have to
Should
reconnect.
we?
I'll end it and then I'll jump back on. Everybody says they see us, but it's like our thing is jumping. There it is. Okay, we're gonna reconnect back.
Yeah, like. Okay, all right.
Okay, we'll reconnect.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we're gonna jump back in, guys. I'm so sorry. My lives has been acting crazy, but I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Devil, get up out there. She's gonna come and join back with me on the live, so give it just a second. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. See some people joining. Okay. No, can't get you. Okay, Candice is joining me back. Okay. Okay, we got it this time. We good.
Okay.
Okay. Hey. I don't know. Don't feel bad. I had another live too earlier and we had to go back, jump back twice. The second time it worked. So maybe second time.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm good.
Look, like I said, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Look.
Okay,
Oh.
the...
All right. Okay, so now since we have finished, thank you so much for just sharing that about the, the craziness. But as long as, you're still here with us, Miss Candice, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Like I said, this sometimes it's just a test for your testimony. That's all I got to say.
Exactly.
Yes, definitely for sure. So before we do get started with questions, I want to ask you, because I know you're from LA, from California. I wanted to ask you, how was it like growing up there, and how did you fall in love with R&B music, and who were your R&B music inspirations? Now you said Mary was one of them, and I know for sure before you did get your start, you actually got your start being background singer for Immature. So how did you get to do that, and then how did you get to meet Walter Millsap and all that?
Okay, so growing up in LA was actually cool. I don't know, like I was very awkward growing up. Like I hadn't really tapped into the confidence yet and everything. So I was just the most awkward little girl. I think I discovered my love for music. Like I always loved it, but I want to say I started singing, like my grandma put me in the kids choir, like the Sunshine thing. Young. I want to say I was like 5 or 6 or something. And so from that point, I just kept singing. Like I always found the talent show, or I was in the gospel choir at Hampton High here in LA. And that's actually where I met Walter Millsap. He was already like moving around and like doing beats and all that kind of stuff. He was a musician, first of all, like church. He played in a lot of different churches, and I think he was starting to do like paid engagements, like gigs and stuff like that. And so he was like, I got this song, I want you to write this hook. And I was like, first of all, what is a hook? And then secondly, I'm a singer. Like, I don't know. Paula, Cat. Okay, I see people. Okay. Hi. Yeah, but he just insisted that I should write this part. And I felt like I was like, I'm a singer. I don't know what you're talking about. But I did it. And to this day, it baffles me that he had this idea that I could write songs, because I had never really written a song, not like lyric and melody. It was like poems and stuff like that. But I still don't know to this day like how he knew that. But from that point, like I wrote it. I don't know what it is. I hope it never surfaces ever again, because it's probably but from that point, we just kept like working together. We kept writing. I think we both had home study by that point. So school hours weren't really, they weren't anything we had to work around.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a lot of hustling. Like we would take our little change and get on the bus and go to Guitar Center. And this is legit our story. I just want you to know that. Like, he had this idea, but he would be like, yo, we going to Guitar Center. We go over there and he have a box, this little box of discs, like those hard ones. I forgot what you call them, but
yeah.
yeah, those little square ones.
Yeah.
He would put it in.
Girl,
He wanted a chord so bad at that point, huh?
I said, girl, you know I'm old. Look, I ain't look, I'm not that young like these old folks, but I am old. Look, no ma'am.
Right.
Yeah, that stuff. Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Wow, the format. But yeah, so he wanted a chord trinity so bad, and he would go in there, pop the disc in there, and like I would have my little notepad and I'd be like trying to write where they couldn't see me doing it. But it got to the point where we would get kicked out. But that was how dedicated we were to the music, and we really wanted to get these songs finished, and he didn't have equipment, but we just kept working, and he had been working before me, so he wasn't new to it the way I was new to it, and he taught me a lot of things, as a matter of fact, the entire way. And it's crazy. I was just really fortunate to have that mentorship in a classmate, you know. So I would say that's our start. And influences, a lot of stuff. Like I grew up with a lot of different music in this house. We did, me and my sister. And I would say, sheesh, Madonna. Yeah, Madonna for sure. Yeah. And for real. Janet Jackson, oh my gosh, Babyface. Like I didn't even know. I was like obsessed with the My Prerogative album. And I didn't even know that it was, that Babyface was like right in there. It was like, well, Don't Be Cruel too, but oh my, like Jam and Terry, oh my God. Jam and Lewis. I don't know them like that. Actually, which is that's one of my gotta do things in life. Right. But yeah, like there was so much music, Hall and Oates, Bobby Caldwell.
Come on, you going back.
Yeah, there was just a lot of music. There was just so much stuff. So and I really listened to those things at length. So, God, I'm thinking of more but anyway, so you get it. There was like a lot of different stuff. R&B heavy for sure, definitely by middle school. That's when I really got into Mary heavy.
Right. Wow. So your music, so now thinking about it, your music was very eclectic. You didn't just go to just casually R&B. You were more like hip hop. You were like influenced by, pop records, contemporary. Like you were very influenced with the way you wanted your sound to be in music. And I think that's why you gravitated to so many different people like Britney Spears or Omarion or somebody like a Mary J. Blige in a particular, or LaToya Luckett. You know what I'm saying? So these people right here, they're very different in their own right, but at the same time as you can influence their writing style, the way they sing, because you don't go to straight R&B. You just go to pop or anybody other genres, because at the end of the day, you can relate to all types. And that's why we talk about, even though for me, I feel like R&B comes from everything, because you can take R&B and make it into a hit. It can be a pop hit. It can be a country hit if it wants to be. But at the same time as you make it in your own right, but it can be interpreted in something so different that the singer may not understand it only from your point of view. So I love that. That is just really dope. I like that.
Oh, yeah. I was able to utilize some of that for sure in some of those situations. And I mean, it was crazy. I was very fortunate to find myself in those sessions and have those opportunities for sure. When I think about it, it's kind of wild.
Right. Well, hey, it's dope. I mean, look, and that's why your lovely pen game is very nice. And so all those hits that you have, Those are the stamps of approval that at the end of the day they mean a lot to a lot of people. So now, Ms. Nelson, before we do get into your accent, the marriage advice thing, I know for sure you got your discovery resulted in your first song on Dave Hollister's second album, Chicago '85. So what inspired you to get into the music industry, and what made you want to become the songwriter? Was it because of Walter Millsap, or was it like, did you want to start off doing the stuff with Dave Hollister, or how did you transition into
that? Yeah, definitely. I would have to say it's because he was like, you should write this hook for me. Because I wasn't trying to write nobody ever. I wasn't. I didn't even know that was something. I knew it was a thing. I knew that people were songwriters, but I never looked at it as something attainable for me. So having him go, you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
It was like, okay. And at the time I was just like, all right, well, you seem pretty talented. Why not? Let me try it. I don't have nothing to do, So it worked out really well. And he is actually how all the way up to the clutch. All the way up to the clutch. He was right there, like putting all those things together, like all those sessions, all those plays, if you will, together. Right. that was him for sure, because I was new to the creative side of this business, and I wasn't thinking along those lines, but there were a lot of things that he would encourage me to do looking back that I didn't, I just couldn't appreciate. He was really sharp and really ahead to be so young. But yeah, I'd say that was it. That was the thing that made me wanna be a songwriter. And that session came together by way of him. He was what is that? What were they called? EMI songwriter. He was signed sometime between him going, you should be a songwriter, and the Dave Hollister session, I believe. So so a lot of, he was being connected to a lot of artists, and a lot of sessions were being put together. Well, yeah, definitely through him being signed to EMI. And at the time I hadn't been signed yet as a songwriter. Right. That wouldn't come.
Right. Well, that is dope. Shout out to Walter Millsap, because I feel like he should definitely get his flowers too for a lot of stuff. And I really realized, I was like, wow, he was on a lot of stuff I was listening to when I was growing up. So I was like, oh, shout out to him and thank him so much for his contribution to music, period. Because I feel like he does not get a lot of credit. And for me on my platform, I always want to give my singers, my songwriters, and my R&B producers credit 100%. Because without y'all, we wouldn't have some of these hits. So for me, thank him from the bottom of my heart as well. So now when we're talking about that, now you are actually moving to Atlanta. So you're moving to Atlanta, you get involved with these people called the Clutch. So can you tell the viewers, how did you get involved with these songwriters, Carrie Hilson, Ezekiel, and yourself and Patrick? Like, how did y'all form this group called the Clutch, and why? Because I heard y'all were called something else before the Clutch. There was another word for y'all. I think Carrie first, and then they came with the Clutch.
Carrie and JQ were, don't let me get it wrong now, the writer's block.
Writer's block, that's it. Writer's block.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. So they were writer's block well before I ever met Carrie. And I met Carrie first. I want to say, yeah, I met Carrie first at a session for, it was at, I think at Hit Factory or something. It was at Hit Factory for sure. Timbaland we were doing something. There was some reason that we were there, and Carrie was there as well, and she, being his artist, was there. And like Tim and Polo, but she was there, and I met her, and I remember just thinking, wow, like because she's gorgeous, first of all, but she was like floating around and like doing, like she could engineer her sessions, everything. And I was just like, wow, you know, I'm so impressed. Because up until that point, I had been working solely with Walt. So I wasn't ever in a situation where I could observe other people's creative processes. But yeah, so I met Carrie first, right? And that would be, I don't know, maybe a couple of years before the clutch actually became an idea. But what formed it, or what started it, was at the time she was my publishing company person, Ethiopia Have to Marry, but now she's the president of Motown. So put together this writing camp. She was putting together this writing camp, and she had a conversation, I think, or something. I don't exactly know how they came together to put both Universal writers and hit co-writers together. Hit co at the time. So but they did. It was Filet and Night that pulled the hit co-writers in, and Ethiopia Have to Marry Him, who came up with the idea to have the writing camp and using the Universal writing. So we all wind up in, and it was a lot of us. It was I don't know, maybe 8-10 people, maybe.
That's a lot of y'all.
Yeah, 8 people. But this was just the camp. Like, it wasn't called anything yet, or, you know, because we were all floating around to the different rooms to finish, you know, one person will start something and then you go in there and finish. And of course, I was being a little bit of a hermit because this is new. This is totally new for me, because I've only ever worked solely with Walt, but he had other endeavors and things, you know. It was like, oh, well, maybe I should try and, you know, get into other work. I spoke to Ethiopia about it, and then not long after, she's putting together this. I don't know if you can hear me.
Uh-oh. I can hear you. And then we froze.
Oh, no.
Oh,
that was dramatic.
What is going on with the line?
No, is it me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but now it just froze.
No. Can you hear me?
There. I can hear you now. I was starting back. You good now? But,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, you good now.
Oh, you see me?
Oh, now I stopped.
I don't know
why. I
can
see you.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know why. It's like if it's skipping, I don't know why I keep like freezing. Anyway.
Yeah, that's
so we all got together down in Miami. It was like 8 to 10 of us, and a few of us, long story short. Okay.
I can hear you, and then it froze.
Well, yeah, like a few of us, or the 5. Okay. Can you still?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
you.
Just,
oh, hey, Phil. I see people. You hear me now?
Yeah.
It's just like picture.
It's just jumping. Okay. Like when you're talking, it's jumping.
Okay. Okay. Well, should I keep going, or should we reconnect? People are saying
there's a delay on your.
Oh, there's a delay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, there it is now. There it is now.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay. So there's like I'm like trying to go along because I know I'm having, you know, so 8 to 10 of us, we're all getting along cool. 5 of us gelled really well. So from that point, I think I went home Then I get a phone call from JQ, and he's like, "Do you want to do this?" He's like, "Do you want to do this with us more regularly? Like, do you want to make this a routine thing?" And I'm like, "Okay." You know, he and JQ, JQ had the whole thing mapped out. Like, I want to say, I don't know exactly how the name came to be because I was already in LA. So I just know that they had it. By the time I came back to the fold, it was like they had name, and Q was adamant about doing a lot of the branding of us, and he came up with the logo and all that stuff. So it was on from there. Like after the first, I want to say after that first one, or was it the second one? Well, the first one is how we got together. Is how we all met. But I want to say it had to be after our second writing trip as a group. There may have been 6 of us that met out of the original 10 that met up in New York for the second one. And after that, I really hope I'm not wrong about this. It's so long ago. And after that, JQ was like, "Hey, so do you want to join us and do this regular?" And I was like, "Sure." So that's how it all started.
Oh wow, that's
okay.
That's amazing. So was this before? Okay, you good, Miss Ken? Okay, you good. So was this before? Well, oh no, I'm sorry. Was this before Aphrodisiac? Like you had just was already in with Aphrodisiac at this time? Like you had just finished Brandy's 4th album, and then you went straight to the clutch, or was this like in the realm of all that?
This was it was, we did Aphrodisiac. Tim invited Walt and I to come and do that work, and we did that. And I want to say we did, like, I'd be wrong a lot about my wires crossed. I don't know if we did a couple of too with Tim, but I can't remember if it was like, I know we did other stuff before. I know LaToya was before the clutch.
Oh,
and
okay.
I know Jennifer Lopez Rebirth was before the clutch. And the LL Cool J album, and then the thing we did on Tim and Magoo. Yeah, like all that stuff happened before. And
that makes a lot of sense now.
That was
that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so that making sense now. So now we're transitioning to the Married project. So the Breakthrough project. So how did y'all get introduced to Mary J. Blige on that project, and how did y'all get introduced to, I guess, the Breakthrough? Like in the process of the Breakthrough, how did y'all get in the process of all that, and how did you get the song "Take Me As I
Am"? We went in. I think this was yet another camp. And I think there were 2 rooms going at the same time. Yet another writing camp.
Right.
There were 2 rooms going at the same time. And the 4 of us that wrote Take Me As I Am were in that room together, just kind of going through tracks and stuff. And shout out to Infinity. Infinity's track came up, and I know that I remember personally reacting to it. I remember just feeling like okay, this, I mean, it's Mary, like,
yeah, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, like it's Mary, like this. It felt for me like the biggest no-brainer ever. But we all felt that way. Just, I'm saying in terms of what I remember for myself. I know it was so easy for us to write. It was so easy for us to write. Like the song just got in like record time, in my opinion, but or in my experience. Yeah, we got it done, demoed it. It was sent back because I think that was the thing. It was an Interscope writing camp. It was like a writing camp for their roster of artists, and Mary being one of them. That it was, it just went straight back. But next thing we knew, I think we were in a session out in LA. We gone from Atlanta because we wrote it down in Atlanta. And then came out to LA, and Carrie and I were somewhere. It was somewhere on Melrose or something. So her phone rings and she answers it, and it's somebody, because Carrie's in that system too at the time, and as an artist. So she answers the phone, and it's somebody saying how Mary loves the song, and she really responded super well to it.
Oh, it froze. Candice, can you hear me? I don't know what happened. Okay. Candice, it froze again. Oh man. Okay, it froze.
Are we frozen? I hope
yeah,
so.
we frozen.
Are we frozen?
Yeah, it froze.
Okay. It froze.
Okay, you're good now. You're good now.
Are we getting to a good place?
It was okay. Whatever you did at first. Okay. There it is.
So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. I was kind of frustrating. I keep stopping.
No, it's fine. It's just I think the delay because I think you're 2 hours behind and I'm 2 hours forward. That's probably why.
I don't hear anything.
It worked, and then it stopped.
Wheel.
Oh, it worked, it stopped. Look. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting the wheel too. It's buffering. Okay, hold on.
I can't hear you. The picture's frozen. I don't think anybody can hear me because the chat thing is not moving.
Yeah, mine is not either.
Nope.
It was so good. Get to the good part. We always get to the good part and everything happens. Look.
Always the good parts.
It's always when we get to the yeah. Let me see. I might have to get you out and then get back in.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. Well, are we back? Oh.
Is it back?
Wonder if we.
Said Candice.
Oh, y'all here. Oh, okay. Oh, are we back?
Yeah, we back now. Look, okay, there it is. Isn't it working? Okay. So you were saying. You said that.
Thank you guys.
Is it better now? Okay. So you were saying that Carrie got a call saying that Mary loved the song. So what happened after that? I think that's when it got froze.
Okay, so then I think, I don't know when Mary recorded it or where she recorded it, I should say, but she recorded the record with Ron Fair. I think he recorded her vocals. And next thing we know, Be Without You, we're hearing the word of Mary getting ready to come out and everything, and Be Without You came out and just burned up everything. It was such pivotal. It was really a pivotal album for her, I think. And that lead off was something. So
yes, it was.
For the stage set with made all the difference. It was huge. It was really. So then we get word that it's going to be a single. I think we got word kind of early, like before the album was released and stuff like that. Before the first single was like came out with crazy.
Yeah.
We actually got that it would be a single, and we were super hype about it, but we just didn't know like what, you know, you don't have any way of knowing how it will resonate until people actually get it. Like you can have a feeling, but which I think we knew it was a special song, but then it was crazy. Like I never got to perform live, but I heard she was remarkable.
She is dope. And that's so amazing you said that, because I know for me at the time, I was telling LaShonda, the one who had my relationship with, that I remember when Be Without You came out, girl, my family for the New Year's Eve party, that was our anthem song. So Mary's album, The Breakthrough, was really just, yes, girl, that it was the two biggest songs we played at the party was Be Without You and Don't Forget About Us by Mary J. Blige. We cut up in Louisiana. We were just so excited. And at that time, too, Candice, I was going through Hurricane Katrina. So that song, right, Be Without You, Mary's album, The Breakthrough, was really a breakthrough moment for everybody, especially for us in Louisiana. You know, we were going through losing houses, losing cars, losing lives. I mean, at the time, I was actually out away from the stuff. So we're having everybody from New Orleans come to Baton Rouge, where I'm growing up at, and we're just in turmoil right now. We didn't even get a chance to listen to music in September, October. We actually got in, I would say, technically in the groove of things, it would say November or December. So it was just in time when we found out Mary was dropping the album. And when Be Without You came out, it just, we cut up. We love Mary. And that album right there, that album right there was a breakthrough for us. So I'm just blessed to even just listen. But I heard Take Me As I Am in 06. And when I heard this, I said, Mary is just killing it. I was like, the video, I said, this is just everything. I loved it. And I didn't even know you worked with LaToya Luckett, and she was huge too. I was just so shocked that all these people that you have worked with, oh Lord, delay, got the little circle thing. Oh, it's the circle thing. And we getting a lot of hearts too. You're Miss Candice. They say it's a 2-second delay.
This
IG, anybody just that, I'm all my IG stuff. Look, Kid, did you hear me? I'm sorry. I don't know if you get a chance to hear me. Did you hear me?
No, it keeps skipping.
Yeah, it does. They saying you have a 2-second delay.
Now I do hear you.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I see.
I see you and
yeah, whatever. Okay, now it worked, and it stopped. It says a 2-second delay, so I don't know if it's depending on the time zone we're in, but
I can hear you for sure.
Oh, okay. But yes, for me, just listen to Take Me As I Am back in 06. I mean, we were just finished with Katrina, so it was a lot. But Take Me As I Am was a groundbreaking song.
Can you repeat that?
Okay. I was saying with Take Me As I Am, I heard it in 2006. And for me, it was just amazing to even hear the song, because I was like, this is from Mary's album. I'm like, this is dope. I mean, from Mary to, oh man, we freezing now. Oh, it's freezing. Look, my interviews like this. I guess Instagram is just doing the most today. It's not even that. My second interview was the same way too. It's been crazy. It has been crazy.
Yes, I hear you.
Sorry, Ms. Nelson. I don't know why.
I know.
When we talk, when I'm talking, the delay jumps in. You do? You hear me? Okay. Oh man.
Hear you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. There. I guess it's working right there in that part. But I was just saying, for me, Take Me As I Am, when I seen the video and the song, it was a very empowering song for a lot of us young girls. And yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. It was working, and then it just stopped. I don't know.
You think we have to restart?
Let me see if I take you out and then jump you back in. Let me see.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna exit out.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna remove. Okay, y'all. Sorry, I'm gonna remove her and then I'm gonna bring her back in. I'm gonna see if that's going to work because what I'm seeing is I think it's something with the delay. Oh man. Okay.
Hey, can you see me? Hear me?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you see me? Hear me?
I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, I see
there it
you.
is. It's working.
There.
It's working. Okay. I think I just had to
Okay.
jump you in and jump you out. Oh, that's my girl Kiana. Hey, Kiana Daniels. We get our song relationship episode season 1 next year. Oh Lord, we getting ready. But I'm sorry. So Miss Candice, but like I was saying, me when I heard the song when I was 16, it was so amazing because at the time when I was growing up, like I said, Katrina was just so rough on all of us. And I heard this song and I was like, I love it. And then I heard it, coming home from school on the radio in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, honey. I mean, that was our song, honey. And it was just empowering because what the song meant for me was as a person going through any type of relationship, your social life, take me for who I am. This is me. You're going to get this or you're not going to get nothing. And for me, when I seen that, I think for people that were dealing with loss and stuff like that, we had to endure a lot. But at the end of the day, this is who we are. And we are strong survivors. I will say that. And so I love Take Me As I Am. It was one of my favorites. And I was like, I love The Breakthrough. The Breakthrough was really a breakthrough album for her. And I think when Mary talked about it on the Oprah show 15 years ago, she was saying for herself, she just wanted to find out who she was as a person. I was like, yeah, this is definitely Mary J. Blige that I've always been looking for. And I know at the time she had just got married and, she was in a new transition in her life. You know what I'm saying? So for me, this album was so huge. This album went triple platinum when it first came out. 3 million copies. So, honey, just imagine that alone right there. That was amazing. This song actually has been sampled 2 times. It actually got sampled by a gospel group singers. I don't know if you heard them, Sisters in Spirit, in 2011. They did sample your song, Happy Being Me. So they took the chorus, Take Me As I Am. They took that part and sung it in their gospel song. So your song has been definitely sampled. Definitely sampled. So I just want to definitely let you know.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh yes, girl, your samples by Colombian artist from Colombia. She sampled it, and Sisters in Spirit 2011. They sampled the chorus to that. Mm-hmm.
That is so cool.
Yes, honey. Your song is took this song and made it their own, and that's what I really love about it too. So, how did you feel when The Breakthrough did become a triple platinum and how did you feel to be a part of that, though, Miss Candice?
Honestly, growing up, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you, like my family is my witness, and they actually got me studio time when I was like 11 or something like that. We didn't know what we was doing, you know what I'm saying? They was just trying to help their baby out. They knew she loved singing. And so they took me to a recording studio here, local, right? And I went in there with my little instrumental on the back of the single. I want to say I recorded Reminisce. Look at me, 11 or something like that, singing that. Reminisce, and what else was it? You Remind Me? I think You Remind Me.
Damn,
yeah,
girl.
like single. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to record. It's not no original material, but I'm about to lay it down. And we did. But that's how much of a fan I was. We didn't know. We just did it. But I've been such a huge fan of Mary J. Blige like my whole life.
Aww.
I can't even tell you. So to be part of that, and it didn't sink in like in the studio as we were writing it, but later to know like how she felt about the song and like the way she performed it, I felt like I was giving her back a little of what she'd always given me as an artist in my small, you know what I mean, in a really, really small way, because I was 1/4 of the room, you know what I mean, the other writers in the room. we all did that. So but for me to be part of something that she connected with so tough really gave me this sense of something. I don't even know what to call it, but I was thrilled about that because I admired her for so long.
Right. Well, I think that's amazing because I know for me, just thinking about what the song has did for people like me back when I was 16 and people like who have lost a loved one and made sure that was their memorial song. Your pen game, and I call it pen game for songwriters. Y'all have the pen game that really touches a lot of people's lives, that make it so immaculate, that make us want to always forever keep these songs in our repertoire, in our soundtrack of our lives. And I think for me as a person who grew up, you know, in a place that didn't have that much stuff, and, you know, coming from a single parent home, I was blessed to have the music to keep me, you know, from not going out and doing a lot of crazy stuff. Your music alone has really done a lot for me, especially an artist like Brandy. Like, she means the world to me. So from a person like that, you're taking these people and making them from a perspective of how you feel as a songwriter, but when they sing it, it relates to what we go through in real life. And that's what I love about your pen game. And it's just so dope and immaculate. And what you did for Mary on that song, Take Me As I Am, honey, I needed that back when I was 16, honey, when I was 17. I see what y'all was talking about with that song. Love Me For Me, because if you can't, I'm gone.
Man, for real. Like, we knew, like, we knew that day, we knew right there that it was special. We knew. Yeah. So we stayed up super late getting the demo finished and all that stuff. Like, that's incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate, like, all this. Just you even having me today. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Anytime, Miss Candice, baby. You have won for one of my favorite artists, so I had to bless you regardless. And then I had Sierra's album when I was 16, it dropped. And when I heard, you know what's crazy? When I started dating, I was actually playing Like a Boy More Than Promise. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I was not supposed to play this when I'm starting to date. And I was dating. So my thing about it is Like a Boy is a breakup song. That's not what, no. But honey, that is one of our anthems. And I don't know if you noticed, Like a Boy was on America's Best Dance Crew. They did a recreation of this the video. So your song has been on dance videos. It's just dope how the way you wrote for so many people. But I do want to ask you, the success from album, you worked with so many more R&B artists in the industry. Oh Lord, what happened now? No, Candice, hold on. Okay, there it is. It's good now. I'm about to say the wheels will turn. I'm like, okay, there you go again. So since your success from her album, you worked with so many other artists after that. Tiffany Evans, you worked with Sierra, Bobby Valentino. I played a lot. Avant. You worked with so many people. I wanted to ask you, what is your key to making a hit record, and what is one of your favorite hits from your catalog?
I would say, while I'm grateful and I appreciate that I've been part of some really special moments for some artists and their projects, I feel like I do not have, like, I don't feel like I've necessarily cracked the code like that to the point where I can say, okay, this is the thing that, if you do these things. However, I will say, I believe that if you make what you can, like, proudly stand behind, you know what I'm saying? If you make what you, and you make it good, make it as great as it can be for you, and that will translate, or it'll it'll transfer to other people too, because the energy is going into the music as well. Like, it's not just the technical everything. Like you're putting that into the. So if you make what you love, make it what you can relate to, what you would hear over and over. You know what I mean? Like, I would say that, like, make it as great as you can.
Yeah.
First. And then, That'll help a lot.
Girl, when you said that about energy, my heart dropped, because I'm like, that is so true. People have to understand energy is real, and especially with energy you put out. Girl, I used to think it was a joke back then, but now looking back, I said, baby, energy is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And been scared to know, but looking back at a lot of stuff now, if you put the energy to the music for a good thing, it's going to resonate with a lot of people. So, like I said, Take Me As I Am is just empowering to so many of us, you know, for people like myself. And that was definitely one of the records I needed definitely in my life around that time. So looking back at it, I definitely needed to Take Me As I Am. I had a lot of Take Me As I Am moments in my life. And looking back at it now, when listening to Mary is going to make you understand who you are, but be better than what you were before. And so I love that. Mary just the truth. I call it the truth.
She really is like, she just is like, I don't know. She just is like, I think some of her earlier work that really stuck with me was, I loved Be Happy. Like, I loved to say that, like, how can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know to let go?
You gotta let me drop this little band tune out on my head. Like, girl, I'm up.
What? Doesn't get any better.
Yes, it does not. So I did want to ask you a question. If you had to describe the breakthrough.
It's true.
Hold on. We froze. No, it froze. Okay, you came back, and then it's... Okay. Are you good now? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, we're good now. So now, the next question, if you had to describe the Breakthrough album in one word, what would it be? I would say for me, Miss Candice,
I would have to say, yeah.
Oh, yes. No, go. You go ahead, and I got a word for it already, but you go ahead.
I think it was, and I used this word earlier, but I really do believe it was it feels like realization and like resolve. Either one, like it feels like, okay. It feels like, you know what I mean? Like, because she was in a certain place in her life.
Yes.
And, you know, and at that point, I'm sure she felt like that was, you know, like she was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
That's what
I agree.
Confirming.
Yeah, confirmation. I agree.
That was like 6 words, but anyway.
Right. No, you're good. I feel like for me too, I felt like this album for me was very liberating for Mary, because looking back then from the 90s to 2005, she was in a huge transition in her life. And I think because she went through so much in the 90s, and then for me, I feel like to me in 2001 when she did No More Drama, I got to see a more vulnerable side of Mary. Like, this is deep. And I think for me, when she came back to 2000, she was just a new woman. I was like, she is free to do whatever she wants to do. And she still kept that same Mary formula, but it was just a different repertoire. Like, Be Without You. Like, who would thought Be Without You? Like, that song would just take off. And like I said, for us to even celebrate that at a New Year's party and the women went crazy, that just go to show you right there, her music is just timeless. It's truly timeless. And I love it to this day. And I'm just thankful for you to be on my platform about it. And I wanted to ask you one last question, because I know you require so many writers for being part of the Grammy Camp Creative Panel. So we talked about writing camps, but you have definitely been involved in the Grammy Camp Creative Panel as well. So where you were giving a lot of advice to writers on creative processing and creating songs. And then I know you also created a boy band that we've heard of in 2010 called My Behavior. So you were definitely a part of that as well. So any advice for people that are trying to get into the music industry, or any songwriters or people, what is your advice to give to them and how to prepare themselves when they do get in this thing we call the music industry?
I would have to say educate yourself as much as possible before getting into it, because it's difficult when you start making this thing that just feels good and like it's it's cleansing and it's spiritual and it's all these great things. And when you get to work alongside your friends or your buddies or whatever, it's everything's all good. But it helps to know as much of the business as you can for yourself first. And when starting out, you don't necessarily have, most people don't necessarily have, I know I didn't, a pile of cash to, you know what I mean, to work with or play with, and to go pay for a lot of information. But luckily, you can Google a lot of things, I would say, as they come up, of course, because some phrases and words and stuff you might not even know yet until they come up. But I would say you want to do your research.
Yeah.
Vet your sources. Consult your mentors, and then trust your instincts.
Ooh. Trust your instincts. We have not. That's the first.
Yeah.
That's the first.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what ultimately that's what should have the final say. But of course, consult, some of the people who are who've been where you are, and maybe they are where you want to be. All these opinions and some of the information you find will be helpful, but at the end of all that, you still have to make the choice.
Yeah.
So those would be some keys I can pass along to whoever needs them.
We love the gems around here, honey. We take gems for what it's worth. That's why I said that was a good gem, and I love that instinct. That's so dope. Well, Miss Candice Nelson, I just want to thank you so much for just being on my platform, and definitely I want to give you your flowers and your roses anytime. And I want to give you your flowers and your roses because I think a lot of people do not understand. You have a pen game that is so amazing. You wrote for Angie Stone. You wrote for so many people that I admired as a little girl through the years. And just along right there, I definitely always want to give props to people on my platform. And definitely for sure, thank you so much for even just giving Mary this song. Take it as I mean, it's just so empowering. And I really am blessed and honored for you to have you on my platform and just honor you today with the Clutch, with your other people from the Clutch, to really just thank you for this classic hit off the Breakthrough album. And I'm just really just blessed. Thank you so much. But do you have any last words before we go off the platform? And do you want to talk about anything with Low in the Mix or anything that's going on with you right now?
Actually, yes. Low in the Mix is cranking out some really dope new stuff. We have music, we have visuals. I'll actually have something dropping in a few days. And yeah, like top of the year though, for sure. Top of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I'm hoping that some of this influence will be I'm hoping you'll be able to hear a lot more of my influence, I should say, and some of the newer stuff we'll be putting out, and it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be really dope. I'm excited. But I want to thank you so much. This has been such a pleasant experience for me. Even going back over a lot of these things, it's made me that much more appreciative. You know what I mean? Like looking back, it's very cool. Very cool. I love what you're doing with Midnight Love Edition.
Aww.
And I was so happy to be invited. So anytime you want to chat, on here, off here, whatever, like I would love to. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And also, I got a shout out because he is going to kill me. I don't know if you had seen on my email. My friend Michael Muse from the Size Podcast. He is such a fan of you. He definitely for sure wants to, you drop some gems on his platform as well. He is definitely honored for you.
For sure.
Ma'am?
Oh no, I said for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I would definitely let him know. But I just want to thank you so much. And like I said, I definitely for sure, a reason why I do my platform is just to honor people like you, honor classic music, but at the same time is make sure that you're always recognized for your accomplishments. So from the bottom of my heart, Miss Nelson, thank you so much. We made it through this live, so we are still good. Thank you.
We did. Yay.
And I know for sure I'm going to make sure I get all the lovely highlights for what you did. And thank you so much for taking me as I am. Congratulations on 15 years of this classic album, Mary J. Blige's album number 7. This was album number 7 for Miss Mary. So Mother Mary, Queen, right here on my head. I am so blessed and thankful enough that you just did this. And like I said, Miss Candice, you will always forever be recognized on my page. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for doing this platform for me. Congratulations. Guys, we are done with our interview. And make sure y'all do still stream Mary J. Blige's The Breakthrough album, because I've been doing it this whole week and I love it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, Miss.
Yeah.
God bless everybody on the live. God bless you, Miss Candice. God bless you and your family. See you in 2021. Be safe. Make sure y'all are safe and stuff, because people still acting crazy, but you got to make sure we still here for the years to come. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But thank you so much. God bless you from the bottom of my heart. Be safe, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.